more sports to talk about. This is just fucking great. So the NBA bubble starts this Thursday. The first game is Pelicans Jazz and then Clippers Lakers. So if you didn't watch my other video about this, which was like a month ago, I think, and you just don't know anything about the bubble, I'll explain it real quickly. Basically, the bubble is in Disney World, and NBA players go there and they can't leave. They have their own hotel rooms, have to quarantine from each other. They're going to play 8 regular season games to figure out seeding and stuff, and then they're going to have the playoffs. Before I do my picks and stuff, I gotta say, Adam Silver and all them have done a great job with this quarantine stuff, getting players tested all the time, keeping them away from things. There's been barely any incidences. I mean, the Lou Williams thing is fucking hilarious. And come on, those wings, I might leave the bubble for those fucking wings. Come on. No, but seriously, I think the NBA did a great job with this, and they set a good example of what other sports should be doing. I know it's a lot harder with baseball and football because they're in actual stadiums and they have to play their whole entire season. I guess baseball's not their whole season, but they still have to play 60 games. But I gotta say, the NBA really nailed it here. I know I'm saying this now before it's even started. I'm gonna knock on wood right now because I don't want to jinx myself. I wish other sports considered a bubble, like baseball and football. They didn't even consider it. And baseball, that's a different video. I'm going to wait. Hopefully nothing else fucking happens, but I'm just going to wait to make a video about that. I know the NHL did too, and MLS, and it seems to be working out fine. So far, the NBA, I think they have 0 cases right now. So it's working as of right now. And this isn't going to be like, who's going to win the finals? Who's going to do this in the playoffs? What's my dark horse for the playoffs? No. That's going to be my playoff predictions after these 8 games. And I might have some guests on for that. We'll see. This is me just picking some regular season rewards that I think are going to be handed out, and then also kind of the bubble, like what might happen with that. And the real story about these 8 games is the seeding and seeing who's going to get that 8th spot in the West and the East. So I'll talk about that first. I think who's going to get the 8th spot in the West is most likely the Grizzlies, and I know that that's such an easy pick because they are the 8th spot right now, but it seems like the Mavs aren't going to drop down. They're 7. And the teams below the Grizzly, maybe the Blazers have a chance. I just love Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. I feel like they're so good they could make a push, but it is only 8 games, and it seems like Ja Morant from these scrimmages is on a fucking tear. So I think I'm going to give the Grizzlies that 8th seed. I know it's not that crazy of a pick. With 8 games, I don't know if there's going to be too much of a difference going on. I know it's really close, but it's still only 8 games. But the more I think about it, I could see with 8 games a team like the Grizzlies falling apart because they don't have enough time to get things together. And then a team like the Trailblazers have more veterans. They kind of get more together and they take that spot. This is something we've never seen before. So who knows? I'm just going to stick with the Grizzlies. John Morant's going to tear it up. And then with the East, it's going to be the 7th seed. It's going to be Orlando. And the 8th seed is going to be the Nets. I don't think the Wizards really have a shot to making that spot. I know mathematically they fucking do, or they wouldn't be in the bubble. As you've heard, the Nets have no one playing in this bubble. Kyrie, Durant, no one's fucking playing. I think Spencer Dinwiddie's not playing. No one is fucking playing, so they're not going to do really anything. They're going to lose the Bucks in the first round. I just feel like the Magic will definitely jump them then because they're pretty close in the standings. Because the Magic are all right, and I think the Magic are better than the Nets when the Nets have no one playing. So that's really an easy pick for me. And then overall standings, I really have fucking no idea what's going to happen. Like I said, this is something we've never seen before. So teams that always are locked in could be fucked up for these first 8 games because they're trying to get back in the groove of things, and they could go up and down and shit. But then there's other teams who might just be locked in and they just might shit on everyone immediately. So I don't know how much of the standings are really going to switch up. I know the East is pretty much locked in and the West is all over the place, but I don't really want to make too many predictions on that. I just want to pick that 8th seed. I think it might be chaos in those first 8 games, and it's going to be fun to watch. First award I'm going to do is Rookie of the Year, and it should be John Morant, and it's going to be John Morant. That's nothing against Zion. John Morant's played all year, and he's been fucking unreal. He's got fucking bunnies. He is so fucking sick. And if Zion played all year, he probably would have won Rookie of the Year. I don't want to say for sure. Just seeing how he's played the few games he did play seemed pretty incredible. But John Morant, he played all year, and he was unreal too. I wish Zion played all year because it would have been a really close Rookie of the Year race. It would have been fucking sweet. For most improved player, I think it's going to be Bam Adebayo, and I think it should be too. Really because before this year, he really didn't do anything, and then this year he's been fucking killing it with the Miami Heat. I know people are going to argue for Brandon Ingram and Luka because Luka's exploded. He was really good last year, but now he's really fucking exploded. I feel like Luka and Brandon Ingram were still pretty good last year. And I know they've really fucking improved. That's the whole point of the award. But Bam Adebayo, I don't really feel like was anyone last year. I could be wrong. I don't remember hearing much about him at all. And this year, he's been unreal. Just like Pascal Siakam, when he won Most Improved Player the year before that, I didn't even know who he was. So definitely got to give it to him. It's honestly incredible what he's doing, and the whole Miami Heat. I mean, they've been a huge surprise this year. Not saying that I thought they were going to be bad. I just feel like no one thought they'd be this good. They actually have a shot to make the finals. Sixth man of the year, of course, it's Lou Williams, and it should be Lou Williams. Fucking legend. He is the best sixth man of all time. And of course, he's going to win sixth man of the year. I don't really go too much into it. I guess him or Montrezl Harrell, or Dennis Schroeder. I didn't even think about him. I don't know. Lou Williams, definitely sixth man of the year. Coach of the year, I'm going to go with Nick Nurse. I think it's incredible what the Raptors are doing without Kawhi. It shows that team wasn't just Kawhi, even though Kawhi was obviously their best player and he was absolutely spectacular last year. But what Nick Nurse is doing is showing that he can still coach this team without Kawhi and possibly get them to the finals. I'm pretty sure the record right now is either the same or better than it was last year, which is pretty incredible. I thought the Raptors were dumb for trading for Kawhi and firing Dwayne Casey, and I'm eating my fucking words on that shit. So Nick Nurse, Coach of the Year, as he should be. Defensive Player of the Year. This one's a coin toss for me. I think it's going to be Giannis, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Anthony Davis. If I had to pick one, I would probably pick Giannis. But it's hard, though. I don't know. I really don't know. I think if either or wins, it's totally justifiable. I could make a Rudy Gobert joke, and I'm not going to do it. But he has a shot. I mean, he probably has better odds than Anthony Davis, realistically. He's a fucking defensive freak as well. I don't know. If I had to put money on it, I'd probably say it's going to be Giannis. And I really don't know who should win. It's hard to look at defensive stats and really think they're the best defensive player. Like, if you look at the stats, Hassan Whiteside is like second in the league in rebounding and first in the league in blocks, averaging like 3 blocks a game. I don't even think he's in contention. And those are, huge defensive stats to think about. Defensive Player of the Year can be weird for me sometimes. But I'll say it's probably going to be Giannis. It probably should be Giannis, but I think it's a coin flip. And then MVP. Now, I think Giannis is going to win. But I think LeBron should win. And the reason why I think LeBron should win is there's a lot of stats I'm looking at where when LeBron's off the floor, even with Anthony Davis on the floor, the Lakers post a negative plus-minus, which is insane to me because Anthony Davis is fucking amazing. When LeBron's on the floor without Anthony Davis, they have a higher plus-minus than when they are on the floor with Anthony Davis. Now, I'm not saying that means the Lakers are better when LeBron's on the floor without Anthony Davis. I know statistically it's saying that, but obviously you want fucking Anthony Davis. He's probably going to go down as LeBron's best teammate ever. LeBron's leading the league in assists, and I really do think he carries and elevates a team like no one ever has. And Giannis has been absolutely incredible this year. The Bucks are going to have probably the best record in the league by the end of this bubble and going into playoffs. I don't know. Every year they feel like they have to switch some narrative on MVP. Realistically, Giannis has been playing better this year than last year, but not by a huge margin. And I think LeBron this year, new MVP. Come on, let's make it LeBron. Because that's what they do every year. One year, Russell Westbrook broke the triple-double record. And the next year, he averaged a triple-double, and he wasn't even in the voting. Wasn't even considered. So they really changed the narrative on MVP every single year. It's kind of annoying, to be honest, because realistically, LeBron probably should win almost every year. So I think this year should be LeBron. I get the argument with Giannis, and it's probably going to be Giannis. So those are my picks. Those are my thoughts on the bubble. I'm curious to see what will happen if players get COVID and how that will affect teams moving forward. Like, if LeBron gets COVID, like, that would really fuck the Lakers for a little bit because you'd have to miss a few games, I'm assuming. I wonder what the protocol will be with that. I guess we'll see it. I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, like, we're going to see it in the next few days. But yeah, those are my picks. Those are my thoughts with the bubble. I'm going to have a playoff preview when that comes closer. I'll be in my new apartment, a lot more space, thank God, and I might have guests. We'll see. So, what do you think about the NBA bubble, and what are your picks for the regular season awards? I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and click here to see more of Dave's Takes.